In a galaxy where the stars whisper ancient secrets and planets are adorned with vibrant bioluminescent flora, the meeting of two souls from vastly different worlds ignites a cosmic romance. The story follows an alien princess, Liora, who finds herself enchanted by a human diplomat, Jack. Despite the vast cultural chasms and the silent judgment of the cosmos, their love story unfolds against the backdrop of interstellar politics, hidden agendas, and the timeless beauty of the universe. Liora, a princess of the Krola, an alien race known for their ethereal beauty and advanced technology, has always been bound by duty and tradition. Jack, a charismatic and adventurous diplomat from Earth, arrives on Krola Prime with hopes of forging an alliance. A chance encounter during a political gala sets their hearts on a journey filled with wonder, challenges, and the bittersweet pangs of forbidden love. As they embark on a romantic stargazing night, the cosmic beauty overhead mirrors the depth of their growing bond. However, their romance must navigate the treacherous waters of interstellar diplomacy, the disapproving eyes of Liora's royal court, and the looming threat of an ancient prophecy that could spell doom for both their worlds. And so, the story begins. The opulent ballroom of the Krola Royal Palace glittered with bioluminescent decorations. The shimmering gowns of Krola nobles caught the light, creating a mesmerizing display of colors. The soft hum of alien music filled the air, a melody that seemed to flow like a river, carrying the guests along with its gentle current. Jack, a human diplomat from Earth, felt a mixture of awe and curiosity as he took in the scene. He had arrived on Krola Prime with the hope of fostering an alliance between their worlds, but the grandeur of the occasion made him feel like he had stepped into a dream. Across the room, Liora, the princess of the Krola, stood with a regal poise that belied her inner turmoil. She had reluctantly attended the gala, bound by duty and tradition. Her heart, however, longed for freedom, a break from the endless responsibilities that came with her title. As she gazed over the sea of dignitaries, her eyes met Jack's. In that moment, the world seemed to fade away, leaving only the two of them connected by an invisible thread. Jack navigated through the crowd, his curiosity about Krola culture drawing him toward Liora. As he approached, she extended a delicate hand, offering him a ceremonial drink. The warmth of her touch sent a shiver down his spine. "Welcome to Krola Prime, Ambassador Jack," she greeted him, her voice melodic yet tinged with a hint of sadness. "Thank you, Princess Liora. Your world is truly magnificent," Jack replied, taking a sip of the exotic beverage. The taste was unlike anything he had ever experienced, a blend of sweet and spicy that seemed to dance on his tongue. They shared a brief conversation, each word a step closer to understanding one another. Jack learned about the Krola's stargazing tradition, a nightly ritual that connected them to their ancestors and the universe. Liora, in turn, hinted at the constraints of her royal duties, the weight of expectations that often left her feeling trapped. "Do you believe the stars tell stories?" Jack asked, his eyes reflecting the curiosity that fueled his spirit. "In our legends they do. But my story is bound by duty," Liora responded, her gaze dropping to the floor. "Perhaps it's time to write a new one," Jack suggested, his voice filled with gentle encouragement. Liora looked up, a spark of hope igniting in her eyes. "Would you care to join me for a stargazing walk tonight?" she asked, surprising herself with the boldness of the invitation. "I would be honored," Jack replied without hesitation. As they continued to converse, the disapproving whispers of Liora's attendants buzzed in the background, but she chose to ignore them. For the first time in a long while, she felt a glimmer of freedom, a chance to escape the confines of her royal obligations, if only for a night. The evening passed in a blur of music and conversation, but Jack and Liora's minds were already set on the promise of the night ahead. When the gala finally drew to a close, Liora discreetly led Jack to a secluded garden within the palace grounds. The air was filled with the scent of alien flowers, their petals glowing softly in the dark. "Thank you for accepting my invitation," Liora said, her voice barely above a whisper. "Thank you for extending it," Jack replied, his heart pounding with anticipation. They began their walk to the stargazing platform, each step taking them further from the opulence of the palace and closer to the vast expanse of the universe. As they walked, they shared stories about their worlds. Jack spoke of Earth's diverse landscapes and cultures, while Liora recounted the rich history and legends of the Krola. When they reached the ancient stargazing platform, Jack looked up at the night sky, amazed by the sheer number of stars. "Do you ever wish you could just disappear into the stars?" he asked, his voice filled with wonder. "Every day," Liora admitted, "but tonight I feel closer to them than ever." They settled onto the smooth stone platform, the cool touch of the night breeze wrapping around them. Jack pointed out constellations from Earth, their shapes unfamiliar but fascinating to Liora. In turn, she taught him the legends of Krola constellations, stories of heroes and gods that had guided her people for generations. As they gazed up at the sky, a meteor shower began, the sparkling streaks of light illuminating the night. It was as if the universe itself had decided to celebrate their newfound connection. The beauty of the moment left them both speechless, their hearts beating in unison as they marveled at the cosmic display. Just as the last meteor faded from sight, a messenger arrived, bearing an unexpected message for Liora. She read it quickly, her expression growing serious. "It seems my duties never truly leave me," she said, folding the message and placing it in her pocket. "Is everything all right?" Jack asked, concern etched on his face. "For now, yes. But I must attend to this matter in the morning," Liora replied. "Tonight, however, is ours." With a sense of resolve, Liora decided to temporarily set aside her royal duties to enjoy the night. She and Jack continued to share stories, their bond deepening with each passing moment. The political pressures and the weight of their responsibilities seemed distant, insignificant under the vastness of the starry sky. By the time the first light of dawn began to creep over the horizon, Liora knew that her life had changed irrevocably. She had found something precious, something worth fighting for. And as she looked into Jack's eyes, she saw the same determination reflected back at her. Perhaps, together, they could change their stars. As the first light of dawn began to fade, Liora and Jack found themselves enveloped in a tranquil silence. The secluded garden around them seemed to hold its breath, preserving the magic of their shared night. The cool touch of the morning breeze and the lingering scent of alien flowers added to the dreamlike quality of their surroundings. "Thank you for this," Liora said softly, breaking the silence. Her eyes shone with gratitude and a newfound sense of freedom. "No, thank you," Jack replied, his voice equally tender. "For showing me a glimpse of your world, and for trusting me enough to share this moment." They stood, reluctant to leave the peace of the garden, but aware of the day's responsibilities. Liora's duties as a princess awaited her, and Jack had his diplomatic mission to attend to. Yet the bond they had forged in the quiet hours of the night filled them with a resolve to face the challenges ahead. As they walked back toward the palace, Jack couldn't help but marvel at the bioluminescent flora that adorned the path. The plants seemed to respond to their presence, glowing brighter, as if acknowledging the special connection between the human and the alien princess. At the palace gates, Liora turned to Jack, a hint of sadness in her eyes. "I must attend to my duties now, but tonight has given me hope. I look forward to our next meeting." "As do I," Jack replied, bowing slightly. "Until then, Princess Liora." Liora watched as Jack made his way back to the human delegation's quarters. She felt a strange mix of emotions, joy, hope, and a lingering sense of uncertainty. But as she stepped back into the palace, she carried with her the strength of the night they had shared. The day passed in a blur of meetings and diplomatic discussions. Jack found himself repeatedly glancing at the sky, his thoughts drifting back to the previous night. He was captivated by Liora's grace and wisdom, her ability to balance duty and desire. The political tensions between Earth and Krola seemed less daunting when he thought of the possibilities their connection might bring. That evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Jack received a message from Liora. She invited him to meet in the garden once more, this time to walk to an ancient stargazing platform. Jack's heart quickened with anticipation. He quickly made his way to the appointed spot, where Liora awaited him, her presence a beacon in the gathering dusk. Together they embarked on their walk, the path ahead illuminated by the soft glow of bioluminescent plants. They shared stories about their worlds, finding solace in the similarities and fascination in the differences. Jack spoke of Earth's mythology, of constellations named after gods and heroes, while Liora recounted the legends of the Crolla, tales that had guided her people for millennia. When they reached the stargazing platform, the sky was a canvas of stars, each one a tiny, flickering light in the vast expanse. They settled onto the smooth stone surface, their shoulders brushing gently. Jack pointed out the constellations of his home world, their shapes unfamiliar but intriguing to Liora. "Do you ever wish you could just disappear into the stars?" Jack asked, his voice filled with wonder. "Every day," Liora admitted, "but tonight I feel closer to them than ever." A meteor shower began, the sparkling streaks of light illuminating the night. It was as if the universe had decided to celebrate their connection. The beauty of the moment left them both speechless, their hearts beating in unison as they marveled at the cosmic display. Amid the silent awe, Liora's communicator buzzed softly. She read the message quickly, her expression growing serious. "It seems my duties never truly leave me," she said, folding the message and placing it in her pocket. "Is everything all right?" Jack asked, concern etched on his face. "For now, yes. But I must attend to this matter in the morning," Liora replied. "Tonight, however, is ours." With a sense of resolve, Liora decided to temporarily set aside her royal duties to enjoy the night. They continued to share stories, their bond deepening with each passing moment. The political pressures and the weight of their responsibilities seemed distant, insignificant under the vastness of the starry sky. As the night wore on, their conversations grew more personal. They spoke of their hopes and dreams, their fears and doubts. Jack admired Liora's wisdom and strength, her ability to navigate the complexities of her royal life. Liora, in turn, found solace in Jack's adventurous spirit and unwavering dedication. By the time the first light of dawn began to creep over the horizon, Liora knew that her life had changed irrevocably. She had found something precious, something worth fighting for. And as she looked into Jack's eyes, she saw the same determination reflected back at her. "Maybe you can change your stars," Jack whispered, echoing his words from the previous night. "Perhaps," Liora replied, her voice filled with a newfound hope. "Perhaps together we can." Liora and Jack returned from their night of stargazing, their hearts still aglow with the magic of the shared experience. However, the warmth of the morning sun brought with it the cold reality of their responsibilities. As they walked back to the palace, Liora received a summons from her advisor, an urgent request that pulled her back into the demands of her royal duties. "Princess, I must speak with you immediately," her advisor said, his tone grave. "There are matters that require your immediate attention." Jack watched as Liora was led away, a sense of foreboding settling in his chest. He made his way to the human delegation's quarters, only to be intercepted by an Earth delegate, his expression equally serious. "Ambassador Jack, we need to talk." "There have been developments regarding our alliance," the delegate said, his voice low. In separate chambers, both Liora and Jack received conflicting information about a potential threat to their fragile alliance. Liora's advisor warned of subterfuge within the palace walls, while Jack's delegate spoke of external pressures and possible betrayals. The weight of these revelations pressed heavily on them both, deepening the sense of urgency. Later that evening, Liora found a moment of solitude on a secluded balcony. The musty scent of old scrolls and documents from her meeting still clung to her, mingling with the chill of the night air. She wrapped her arms around herself, trying to ward off the anxiety that gnawed at her. Jack, sensing her distress, quietly approached. The distant murmur of palace activity provided a hushed backdrop to their conversation. "Liora," he said gently, placing a comforting hand on her arm. "What's troubling you?" She turned to him, her eyes filled with a mixture of fear and determination. "There are forces at play that threaten our alliance, Jack. I don't know who to trust." "We'll face this together, Liora," Jack assured her, his protective instincts kicking in. "You're not alone in this." Tears welled up in Liora's eyes as she confided in Jack about her fears for her people and the uncertainty of the future. Jack listened intently, his heart aching for the burden she carried. "I'm scared, Jack. Not just for my people, but for us," she admitted, her voice trembling. Jack took her hand in his grip firm and reassuring. "Then let's make sure we have a future to look forward to," he said softly. Their eyes locked, and for a moment, the world around them faded away. They leaned in, almost kissing, but the sound of approaching footsteps broke the spell. "We need to investigate this threat together," Liora said, her voice resolute. "We can't let fear drive us apart." "Agreed," Jack replied, equally determined. "We'll find out what's going on and put a stop to it." As they returned to the palace, the tension in the air was palpable. Liora's sense of duty clashed with her desire to be with Jack, while Jack struggled to balance his personal feelings with his diplomatic responsibilities. The brewing political tension and the looming threat of betrayal added layers of complexity to their burgeoning relationship. The night ended with a promise. Liora and Jack would face the challenges ahead together, united in their quest for truth and justice. The bond they had forged under the stars gave them strength, and their mutual determination to overcome the obstacles in their path deepened their connection. The following days were filled with whispers of conspiracy and shadowy figures lurking in the palace corridors. Liora and Jack remained vigilant, their trust in each other unwavering despite the growing sense of danger. Their shared moments of vulnerability had cemented their commitment, and they drew strength from the knowledge that they were not alone in this fight. The investigation was slow and perilous, but Liora and Jack's resolve never wavered. They uncovered clues about a potential traitor within the palace, their findings hinting at a deeper conspiracy. The musty scent of old scrolls and documents became a familiar companion as they pored over ancient texts and secret correspondences. One evening, as they reviewed their findings in a hidden chamber, Jack's communicator buzzed with an urgent message from an Earth ally. The news it contained was alarming, but also provided a crucial lead. With newfound urgency, they continued their investigation, knowing that time was running out. Their quest for truth brought them closer together, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. The challenges they faced only served to deepen their mutual reliance and their shared determination to protect each other and their worlds. As the plot thickened, Liora's bravery and determination shone through. Jack's quick thinking and resourcefulness complemented her strengths, and together, they navigated the dangers of the palace's hidden passages and secret chambers. The faint echoes of their footsteps and the damp, musty smell of the hidden passages became a familiar backdrop to their adventures. Their journey was fraught with peril, but also filled with moments of tenderness and hope. The warmth of Jack's hand on Liora's arm, the echoing footsteps in the palace corridors, and the chill of the night air on the balcony were sensory details that anchored them in the reality of their struggle. In the end, they knew that the truth was their greatest weapon. Their shared commitment to uncovering the conspiracy and protecting their worlds gave them the strength to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they stood together on the brink of a new chapter, their hearts filled with hope and determination, they knew that their love would guide them through the darkness and into the light. The tension within the palace was palpable as Liora was summoned to an emergency royal council meeting. The Grand Council chamber, adorned with cosmic murals, seemed to hum with the weight of the decisions that would soon be made. The scent of incense burning in the chamber added to the solemnity of the occasion. As Liora took her place among the council members, she felt a surge of determination. She knew that the future of her people and the fragile alliance with Earth hung in the balance. The heated debates and hushed whispers that filled the room underscored the gravity of the situation. Meanwhile, Jack received a secret message from an Earth ally, warning him of a potential threat to the alliance. The urgency of the message spurred him into action. Determined to support Liora, he decided to sneak into the council meeting, despite the risk. Liora's father, the king, presided over the council with an imposing presence. His gaze swept over the assembled members, his expression inscrutable. As the discussions unfolded, Liora listened intently, her mind racing with the implications of each argument. At one point, Liora stood to address the council. "Father, we must listen to reason," she urged, her voice steady. "The threat to our alliance is real, and we must act swiftly to protect our people." The king regarded her with a mixture of pride and concern. "What do you propose, Liora?" he asked, his tone measured. Before Liora could respond, Jack made his presence known. Stepping forward, he addressed the council with unwavering confidence. "Your Highness, I stand with Liora. We have uncovered evidence of a conspiracy that threatens both our worlds. We must unite to face this threat together." The council members exchanged uneasy glances, their whispers growing louder. The sight of a human standing alongside the princess was both unsettling and compelling. An unexpected ally, a high-ranking Krola noble, stepped forward to support Liora and Jack's claims. "This alliance is our best chance for peace and prosperity," the noble declared. "We must stand united against those who seek to undermine us." The council's debate reached a fever pitch, the scent of incense and the cold stone floor beneath their feet adding to the intensity of the moment. The taste of tension was almost palpable as the council members cast their votes on a critical decision. After what felt like an eternity, the king spoke. "The council has decided. We will investigate this threat and take the necessary steps to protect our people and our alliance." Relief washed over Liora and Jack. The council's decision brought temporary relief, but they knew that the challenges ahead were far from over. The unexpected allies' support hinted at deeper secrets within the palace, secrets that would need to be uncovered in due time. As the council meeting adjourned, Liora and Jack shared a moment of quiet triumph. The sight of the king's imposing presence, the sound of heated debates and hushed whispers, and the taste of tension in the air were all sensory details that anchored them in the reality of their struggle. Liora's growing confidence in her role as a leader was evident. She had asserted her voice and protected her people, with Jack's unwavering support. Their mutual determination to overcome the political obstacles and protect their worlds had only deepened their bond. That evening, as they walked through the palace gardens, the cool touch of the night breeze and the scent of blooming flowers provided a welcome respite from the day's tensions. Liora turned to Jack, her eyes filled with gratitude. "Thank you for standing by me, Jack," she said softly. "I couldn't have done this without you." Jack smiled, his heart swelling with pride. "We'll face whatever comes next together, Liora. I'm not going anywhere." As they gazed up at the starry sky, they knew that their journey was far from over. The critical decision of the council had brought temporary relief, but it also hinted at future challenges. The political intrigue and the complexities of interstellar diplomacy would continue to test their resolve. Yet, in that moment, they found solace in each other's presence. The warmth of their bond and the hope for a brighter future gave them the strength to face whatever lay ahead. Together, they would navigate the treacherous waters of interstellar politics and protect the fragile alliance that held the promise of peace and prosperity for their worlds. As the stars whispered ancient secrets overhead, Liora and Jack's hearts beat in unison, their love and determination shining brightly against the backdrop of the cosmos. Liora and Jack delved deeper into the palace's hidden chambers, the dim light from Jack's makeshift torch casting flickering shadows on the cold, rough stone walls. The damp, musty smell of the passages mingled with the faint echoes of their footsteps, creating an atmosphere thick with tension and anticipation. "We can't trust anyone except each other," Jack whispered, his voice steady despite the undercurrent of fear. Liora nodded, her determination growing with each step. "We'll find the truth, no matter the cost." Their investigation had led them to this forgotten part of the palace, where they hoped to uncover evidence of a conspiracy against the alliance. As they moved forward, they discovered a hidden passage, its entrance cleverly concealed behind an ancient tapestry. The passage was narrow and dark, but it offered a potential lead. Suddenly, a noise from behind startled them. Jack turned swiftly, his hand instinctively reaching for the weapon he carried. A figure emerged from the shadows, revealing themselves to be one of Liora's trusted advisors. "Princess, Ambassador, you must leave this place immediately." "It's not safe," the advisor warned, his voice urgent. Liora stepped forward, her eyes narrowing. "Why should we trust you? We've uncovered evidence of a traitor within the palace." The advisor hesitated, then sighed heavily. "I feared this day would come. There are those who would see our alliance fail, but I am not one of them. I can help you, but we must hurry." Jack and Liora exchanged a glance, weighing the advisor's words. The tension was palpable, the metallic taste of fear lingering in the air. Finally, they decided to trust him at least for the moment. As they followed the advisor through the labyrinthine passages, they learned more about the conspiracy. The advisor revealed that a faction within the palace, driven by fear and greed, was plotting to undermine the alliance and seize power for themselves. The traitor they sought was deeply embedded in the palace hierarchy, making them a formidable opponent. Their journey through the hidden chambers was fraught with danger. At one point, they narrowly escaped an ambush, the attackers' footsteps echoing ominously as they fled. The cold, rough stone walls seemed to close in on them, amplifying the sense of peril. Eventually, they reached a secret room where crucial evidence was hidden. The room was filled with ancient texts and documents, their musty scent permeating the air. Jack and Liora pored over the materials, their determination unwavering. Among the papers, they found a detailed plan outlining the conspiracy, along with the names of those involved. As they studied the documents, the advisor stood guard at the entrance. The dim light from Jack's torch illuminated the pages, revealing the depth of the betrayal. Liora's heart ached as she recognized some of the names people she had trusted, now revealed as traitors. "We must act quickly," Liora said, her voice resolute. "This evidence will expose them, but we need to be careful. They won't go down without a fight." Jack nodded, his protective instincts on high alert. "We'll gather our allies and confront them. This ends tonight." With the evidence in hand, they made their way back through the hidden passages. The cold, rough stone walls and the faint echoes of their footsteps served as a constant reminder of the danger they faced. The taste of fear mingled with the metallic tang of determination, driving them forward. As they emerged from the hidden chambers, they shared a moment of resolve. Their bond had deepened through the trials they had faced, and their mutual reliance had become a source of strength. Together, they would uncover the truth and protect their worlds. The night was far from over, but they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The warmth of their bond and the hope for a brighter future gave them the strength to confront the shadows of betrayal and emerge victorious. Liora and Jack stood in the hidden chamber, surrounded by ancient texts and scrolls. The dusty scent of old paper filled the air as they carefully deciphered the cryptic writings. The flickering light of their torch cast eerie shadows on the smooth, cool surface of the stone tablets, adding to the sense of mystery. "Look at this," Liora said, pointing to a passage in one of the texts. "It speaks of a prophecy that involves the stars and the fate of our worlds." Jack leaned in, his brow furrowed in concentration. "What does it say?" Liora translated the ancient Krola script, her voice steady despite the weight of the revelation. "It speaks of a union between two souls from different worlds, a bond that will bring about a new era of peace. But it also warns of great trials and sacrifices." As they pieced together the prophecy, it became clear that Liora's lineage was intricately connected to the foretold events. The prophecy hinted at their union, suggesting that their bond was not just a matter of personal significance, but of cosmic importance. "Our fates are written in the stars," Liora whispered, her eyes wide with realization. "Then let's make sure we control our own destiny," Jack replied, his determination unwavering. Their discovery was interrupted by the sound of approaching footsteps. Palace guards, alerted by their absence, had found the hidden chamber. The urgency of the situation hit them both as they exchanged a quick glance, understanding the need to escape. "Halt!" "By order of the king." A guard shouted, his voice echoing through the passage. Jack and Liora fled, the echoing sounds of their footsteps mingling with the shouts of the guards. The taste of adrenaline filled the air as they navigated the labyrinthine passages, their hearts pounding in unison. They found temporary refuge in an ancient observatory, a hidden gem within the palace. The observatory was a sanctuary of knowledge and peace, filled with star maps and ancient instruments. The cool touch of the marble floor and the soft glow of the torches provided a moment of respite from the chaos outside. "We're safe here for now," Jack said, catching his breath. Liora nodded, her mind racing with the implications of the prophecy. The prophecy. It changes everything. Our bond is more important than we ever realized. Jack took her hand, his grip reassuring. "We'll face this together, Liora. No matter what comes, we'll find a way." Their moment of peace was short-lived as the sound of the guards grew closer. The observatory, once a place of refuge, now felt like a trap. They needed a plan, and fast. "We have to get this information to the council," Liora said, her voice resolute. "They need to know the truth." Jack agreed, his protective instincts kicking in. "We'll find a way. Let's move." With the prophecy in mind, they formulated a plan. Their journey through the palace was fraught with danger, but their resolve was unshakable. The prophecy had given them a new sense of purpose, a guiding light in the darkness. As they navigated the hidden passages, the flickering light of their torch illuminated their path. The cold, rough stone walls and the faint echoes of their footsteps served as constant reminders of the peril they faced. But their bond, strengthened by the trials they had endured, gave them the courage to press on. In the end, they knew that their journey was far from over. The discovery of the prophecy had unveiled a new layer of complexity to their mission. Their bond was not just a personal connection but a key to the fate of their worlds. As they prepared to face the challenges ahead, they drew strength from each other. The cosmic significance of their bond and the hope for a brighter future gave them the determination to confront the forces that sought to tear them apart. Together, they would navigate the treacherous waters of interstellar politics, uncover the truths hidden in the shadows, and fulfill the prophecy that had brought them together. The stars, once silent observers, now seemed to guide their path, whispering ancient secrets and promises of a new dawn. The ancient observatory, a hidden sanctuary within the palace, offered Jack and Liora a rare moment of tranquility. The crisp night air was filled with the scent of blooming nocturnal flowers, creating a serene atmosphere. As they settled in, the soft hum of the observatory's ancient machinery was a comforting reminder of the knowledge and wisdom contained within its walls. Jack and Liora sat together, gazing at the stars through the panoramic view the observatory provided. The vastness of the cosmos seemed to mirror the depth of their connection, a bond that had grown stronger through the trials they had faced. "In another life, we could have had more nights like this," Liora mused, her voice tinged with wistfulness. Jack took her hand, his grip firm yet gentle. "Then let's make this one count," he replied, his eyes filled with determination. They shared their hopes and fears, finding solace in each other's presence. Liora revealed her hidden talent for star maps, an ability that had been passed down through generations of her family. She showed Jack the intricate charts she had created, each one a testament to her deep understanding of the cosmos. As Liora spoke, Jack couldn't help but admire her strength and resilience. Despite the challenges they faced, she remained a beacon of hope and determination. "You're amazing, Liora," he said softly, his admiration evident in his voice. Liora smiled, a blush coloring her cheeks. "And you, Jack, are my anchor in this storm." Jack told her stories of Earth's mythology, tales of gods and heroes that had fascinated him since childhood. Liora listened intently, her curiosity about Jack's world growing with each story he shared. The warmth of their connection was palpable, a beacon of light in the darkness. As the night wore on, they shared a tender moment that led to their first kiss. The cool touch of the marble floor beneath them and the warmth of Jack's embrace created a perfect balance, a harmony that reflected their bond. The taste of sweet alien fruits lingered on their lips, adding to the magic of the moment. "Promise me, no matter what happens, you'll stay with me," Liora whispered, her voice filled with vulnerability. "I promise," Jack replied, his voice unwavering. "We're in this together, Liora." Their kiss solidified their bond, a tangible expression of the love that had grown between them. For that brief moment, the weight of their responsibilities and the dangers they faced seemed to melt away, leaving only the purity of their connection. Their peaceful moment was suddenly interrupted by a disturbance outside the observatory. The soft hum of the machinery was replaced by the sound of approaching footsteps and hushed voices. Jack and Liora's allies had arrived, bringing with them news of the unfolding situation within the palace. The observatory, once a refuge of calm, was now filled with a sense of urgency. Liora's vulnerability gave way to her innate strength as she prepared to face the challenges ahead. Jack stood by her side, his support unwavering. "We must act quickly," one of their allies said, their voice filled with determination. "The enemy is moving against us, and we need to be ready." Liora nodded, her eyes steely with resolve. "We will not let them tear us apart. Together we are stronger." Jack and Liora's moment of peace had fortified their bond, giving them the strength to face the impending threat. The power of their love and the hope it inspired would guide them through the trials to come. As they left the observatory, the scent of blooming nocturnal flowers lingered in the air, a reminder of the beauty and tranquility they had shared. The ancient machinery's soft hum faded into the background, replaced by the sounds of their allies preparing for the challenges ahead. The stars above continued to whisper their ancient secrets, offering a silent promise of hope and resilience. Jack and Liora knew that their journey was far from over, but their love would light the way, guiding them through the darkness and into the dawn. The hidden meeting place within the palace grounds was dimly lit by flickering torches, casting long shadows on the cold stone walls. The air was thick with the scent of burning candles and old parchment, adding to the tension-filled silence that hung over the room. Jack and Liora, surrounded by their closest allies, listened intently as the leader of the hidden faction revealed the depth of the conspiracy they faced. "We have reason to believe there's a traitor among us," the leader began, his voice steady but grave. "An unseen enemy is manipulating events from the shadows, and we must be vigilant." Liora's heart sank at the revelation. Her doubt about whom to trust deepened, and she glanced at Jack, seeking reassurance. Jack, sensing her unease, squeezed her hand gently. "We'll uncover the truth, no matter the cost," Liora declared, her voice resolute. Jack nodded in agreement. "Stay close. We can't afford any mistakes." Their unity in the face of adversity was a beacon of hope for their allies. The cold metal of weapons and armor clinked softly as preparations were made for the confrontation ahead. The bitter taste of mistrust lingered in the air, but the determination to protect their worlds and their alliance was stronger. As the meeting continued, a plan was devised to expose the traitor and secure the alliance. The hidden faction would provide support from within the palace, while Liora and Jack led the effort to gather evidence and confront the enemy. The tension in the room was palpable, but the flickering shadows cast by the torches served as a reminder of the light they sought to bring into the darkness. A sudden disturbance interrupted their planning. A messenger burst into the room, a cryptic message clutched in his hand. Liora took the message, her eyes scanning the contents quickly. "It's from an unknown source," she said, her voice filled with concern. "It warns of an imminent threat." The room fell silent as the weight of the message settled over them. Jack's strategic mind began to race, formulating a plan to counter the threat. "We need to act quickly," he said, his voice steady. "We'll confront the traitor and secure the alliance. Liora, lead our allies in gathering evidence. I'll handle the confrontation." Liora nodded, her leadership skills put to the test. "We'll be ready," she said, her voice filled with determination. "Let's uncover the truth and protect our people." As they prepared for the confrontation, the cold metal of their weapons and armor served as a reminder of the battles they had yet to face. The flickering shadows cast by the torches danced ominously, adding to the sense of urgency. Jack and Liora's unity strengthened despite the challenges. Their bond, forged in the fires of adversity, was unbreakable. Together they would navigate the treacherous waters of trust and betrayal, uncovering the hidden enemy that sought to tear them apart. The night air was crisp and filled with the scent of burning candles as they moved through the palace grounds. The cold metal of their weapons was a reassuring presence, a reminder of their strength and determination. The tension-filled silence was broken only by the soft rustling of parchment and the quiet footsteps of their allies. As they approached the designated meeting place, Liora's heart pounded in her chest. The bitter taste of mistrust lingered, but the determination to protect her people and secure the alliance was stronger. Jack's comforting presence by her side gave her the strength to face the challenges ahead. The confrontation was imminent. The hidden enemy, lurking in the shadows, would soon be exposed. Jack and Liora's plan was set in motion, their unity a beacon of hope in the face of adversity. Together they would uncover the truth and protect their worlds. The cold metal of their weapons glinted in the torchlight as they approached the meeting place. The flickering shadows cast by the torches added to the sense of urgency, the tension-filled silence broken only by the soft hum of their determination. As they entered the room, the bitter taste of mistrust was replaced by the sweet taste of resolve. Jack and Liora stood side by side, ready to face the unseen enemy and secure the future of their alliance. "Stay close," Jack whispered, his voice steady. "We can't afford any mistakes." Liora nodded, her eyes filled with determination. "We'll uncover the truth, no matter the cost." The room fell silent as they prepared to confront the traitor. The cold metal of their weapons was a reassuring presence, a reminder of their strength and unity. The flickering shadows cast by the torches danced ominously, adding to the sense of urgency. The hidden enemy would soon be exposed. Jack and Liora's unity, forged in the fires of adversity, would guide them through the darkness. Together they would navigate the treacherous waters of trust and betrayal, uncovering the hidden enemy that sought to tear them apart. As the confrontation loomed, Jack and Liora's bond grew stronger. The power of their love and the hope it inspired would light the way, guiding them through the challenges ahead. The grand hall of the palace was eerily silent as Jack and Liora prepared for the confrontation. The metallic scent of blood and sweat from earlier skirmishes hung in the air, mingling with the cold, harsh light of the overhead chandeliers. The once pristine marble floor was now stained with blood, a stark reminder of the stakes they faced. Jack and Liora stood at the entrance, their hearts pounding with a mixture of determination and fear. The traitor they sought had finally revealed themselves, and the time for reckoning had come. "Stay close," Jack whispered, his protective instincts on high alert. "We'll get through this together." Liora nodded, her eyes filled with resolve. "For our people," she said softly, drawing strength from Jack's presence. As they entered the hall, the traitor stepped forward, a sinister smile playing on their lips. "You don't understand the forces at play," the traitor sneered, their voice dripping with malice. Jack's grip on his weapon tightened. "I understand enough to know you won't win," he retorted, his voice steady. A fierce battle ensued, the clash of weapons and shouts of combat echoing through the hall. Jack and Liora fought with skill and determination, their movements synchronized as if they were one. The traitor revealed their motivations, speaking of power and control, of connections to an unseen enemy that had been manipulating events from the shadows. Despite their combined efforts, the fight took a toll on them. Liora was gravely injured, a deep wound staining her side with blood. Jack's fury and desperation fueled his final assault, his protective instincts driving him to fight harder. With a final, powerful strike, he defeated the traitor, but the victory came at a great cost. Jack rushed to Liora's side, his heart pounding with fear. "Liora, stay with me," he pleaded, his voice breaking. Liora's condition worsened rapidly, her strength waning. "Jack, I believe in you," she whispered, her voice barely audible. Jack's eyes filled with tears as he held her close. The cold marble floor beneath them, the metallic scent of blood and sweat, and the taste of desperation and determination mingled in the air. "I won't lose you," he vowed, his voice filled with a fierce determination. "I promise." With Liora's condition critical, Jack knew he had to seek help immediately. He carried her through the palace, his heart heavy with fear and determination. The grand hall, now a battleground, faded behind them as he sought the medical wing, hoping against hope that there was still time to save her. The sterile scent of the medical wing filled Jack's senses as he rushed in, Liora cradled in his arms. The constant beeping of medical monitors and the soft glow of healing lights created an atmosphere of urgency and hope. Concerned allies rallied around them, their expressions filled with worry and determination. "She needs immediate attention," Jack said, his voice urgent. "Please do everything you can to save her." The medical team sprang into action, their movements swift and efficient. Jack stayed by Liora's side, refusing to leave even for a moment. The feel of her hand in his was a lifeline, a connection he was determined to preserve. "You have to fight, Liora." "For us," he whispered, his voice filled with a mixture of hope and fear. As the hours passed, the alliance's future hung in the balance. Allies provided support and protection, their determination to see Liora recover evident in their actions. The tension in the air was palpable, the taste of hope and fear intermingled as they waited for news. Liora underwent a risky procedure to save her life, the medical team's expertise and advanced technology their best hope. Jack stayed by her side, his unwavering loyalty and love a source of strength. "I won't leave you, Jack," I promise, Liora had said, and Jack clung to those words with all his might. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the lead physician approached Jack, a hopeful smile on their face. "She made it through the procedure. She's going to be okay," they said, their voice filled with relief. Jack's heart swelled with gratitude and hope. He rushed to Leora's side, taking her hand in his. "You did it, Liora. You fought," he whispered, tears of relief streaming down his face. Leora's eyes fluttered open, her gaze meeting Jack's. "I couldn't leave you," she said softly, her voice weak but filled with determination. Jack leaned in, his heart overflowing with love and gratitude. "And I won't ever leave you," he vowed, his voice steady. "We're in this together, always." As Leora's strength slowly returned, the Alliance's future began to look brighter. The resolution of Leora's injury brought a renewed sense of hope and determination to their cause. Allies rallied around them, their support unwavering as they prepared for the challenges ahead. Jack and Liora reaffirmed their commitment to each other and their cause, their bond stronger than ever. The sterile scent of the medical wing and the constant beeping of monitors faded into the background as they focused on their shared future. The journey ahead would not be easy, but their mutual hope and resilience would guide them through. Together they would face whatever challenges came their way, their love and determination a beacon of light in the darkness. The Grand Assembly Hall buzzed with anticipation as delegates from Earth and Krola gathered to hear Liora and Jack's address. The hall was adorned with fresh flowers and celebratory incense, filling the air with a fragrant scent that signified hope and renewal. The sunlight streamed through the tall windows, casting a warm glow over the polished wood of the assembly podium. Liora stood before the assembly, her heart filled with a mixture of determination and nervousness. This moment was crucial, not only for the future of their alliance, but also for the fate of both their worlds. As she glanced at Jack, who stood by her side, she drew strength from his steady presence and unwavering support. "Together we will face any challenge," Liora began, her voice strong and clear. The delegates fell silent, their attention riveted on the princess who had emerged as a formidable leader. "The recent trials have shown us the strength of our unity and the resilience of our bond. It is through our shared commitment to peace and cooperation that we will overcome any obstacle." Jack stepped forward, his voice resonating with conviction. "Our future is bright because we stand united. The alliances we forge today will pave the way for a prosperous tomorrow. We must look beyond our differences and work together for the common good of all." The delegates nodded in agreement, their faces reflecting the hope and determination that filled the room. The sight of Liora and Jack standing together, a symbol of unity and cooperation, inspired confidence in the alliance's potential. As they presented their findings, detailing the importance of unity and the threats they had faced, the delegates listened intently. The evidence of the conspiracy and the sacrifices made to protect their worlds underscored the gravity of their mission. Liora's eloquence and Jack's strategic insights highlighted the critical need for collaboration and mutual support. A murmur of approval rippled through the assembly as Liora was officially recognized as a leader by her people. The sound of applause and cheers echoed through the hall, a testament to the delegates' renewed purpose and commitment to the alliance. Jack received accolades from both Earth and Krola, his efforts and dedication acknowledged by all. With the alliance solidified and their path forward clear, Liora and Jack took a moment to reflect on their journey. The challenges they had faced and the bond they had forged were testaments to their resilience and determination. Together, they had navigated the treacherous waters of interstellar diplomacy and emerged stronger for it. As the assembly concluded, Liora and Jack began to plan their next steps. The scent of fresh flowers and the taste of victory and hope lingered in the air, a reminder of the possibilities that lay ahead. They knew that their work was far from over, but their shared vision and goals for the future filled them with confidence. In the days that followed, Liora and Jack worked tirelessly to strengthen the alliance and address the ongoing threats. Their mutual support and unwavering dedication to their cause inspired others to join their efforts. The warmth of the sunlight streaming through the windows and the smooth, polished wood of the assembly podium served as constant reminders of the progress they had made. As they looked toward the future, Liora and Jack were filled with a sense of hope and optimism. The alliance they had forged was a beacon of light in the darkness, a symbol of what could be achieved through unity and cooperation. Together they would face whatever challenges came their way, their love and determination guiding them through the trials ahead. The story of Liora and Jack was one of courage, resilience, and the power of love to bridge even the widest divides. Their journey had been fraught with danger and uncertainty, but their unwavering commitment to each other and their cause had seen them through. As they stood together, ready to face a new dawn, they knew that their future was bright, filled with endless possibilities and the promise of a better tomorrow.